In this video, we are going to study about arithmetic sequences. If the difference between the consecutive terms of the sequence is same, then like D, then the sequence is called arithmetic sequence. Here, the difference between the two consecutive terms means this is an plus 1, the successor of the an. So the next term is going to be an plus t, and d is element of real numbers. It should be. Here, when we check this question, we are going to understand what is arithmetic sequence better. Here, the difference between 7 and 10, I'm finding the difference between 7 and 10 minus 7, which is equal to 3. And the difference between 13 and 10, again 3. And between 16 and 13, again 3. So the sequence, the difference between the consecutive terms are same. So the sequence is an arithmetic sequence, and the common difference is going to be 3. Okay, the next one, minus 2 minus 3, which is equal to minus 5. Minus 7 minus 2, which is minus 5. Minus 7 minus 2 minus 12 minus 7 is equal to minus 5. It's going to be. So this sequence is an arithmetic sequence. The difference, common difference, is going to be minus 5. And this sequence is decreasing sequence. Here the difference between them, as you see here, the difference between them is 3. Difference between them is 5. Difference between them is 7. The difference, all the differences here, there is no common difference between the terms. No common difference between the terms. So sequence is not arithmetic. Okay, here the difference between them 0, there is a common difference. The sequence is an arithmetic sequence. Common difference is 0, and at the same time we are calling this one constant sequence. Okay, we are finding the sequences are arithmetic or not. And easy way to understand this one, to write the terms of the sequence. Let's say a1 is equal to 4 times 1 minus 3, and a2 is equal to 4 times 2 minus 3. Then a3 is equal to 4 times 3 minus 3, and the answer is here for the first one is going to be equal to 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1. 4 times 2, 8 minus 3 is going to be equal to 5, and the 4 times 3 minus 3, 4 times 3, 12 minus 3 is going to be equal to 9. When you check the difference between them, 4, here the difference is 4, so the difference between a3 minus a2 is equal to a2 minus a1. They're all equal to 4, so sequence is arithmetic. And let's check the second one. The second one is 2 to the power of n. 2 to the power of n, so the first one is 2. 2 to the power of 1 is equal to 2. 2 to the power of 2 is equal to a1, this is a2. And a3 is equal to 2 to the power of 3, it's going to be 2 to the power of 3, pardon, 2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 8, it's going to be, and the difference between them two, the difference between them is 4. So this is, there's no common difference, no common difference. Sequence is not arithmetic. Arithmetic, it's going to be. Okay, the last one. I think the last one is not also arithmetic, because a1 is equal to 1 square minus 1, which is equal to 0. a2 is equal to 2 square minus 2, which is equal to 4 minus 2, it's equal to 2. a3 is equal to 3 square minus 3, which is equal to 6. So 3 square 9 minus 3 is going to be equal to 3 square minus 3 is going to be equal to 6. And the difference between them here 2, and the difference between them is 4. So the difference between them, it's going to be, as you see, 4 and 2. There is no common difference, no common difference. Sequence is not arithmetic. Okay. The next term. What is the general term of a sequence? Arithmetic sequence. We are going to try to understand the general term of an arithmetic sequence. If there is a common difference between them, a1 is equal to a1, a2 is equal to a1 plus d, a3 is equal to a2 plus d, a4 is equal to a3 plus d, it's going to be. And a1 plus d plus d, we know that it's equal to a1 plus 2d, a1 plus d, 2d, this is a3, this is a3 now, this is a3, and a3 plus d, which is a1 plus 2d plus d, which is a1 plus 3d. And if we continue like this, an is going to be equal to a1 plus n minus 1 times d. And this is going to be the general term of a sequence. We are going to understand with the question here. Here the difference between them minus 3 to 5 is going to be equal to 5. 7 to 2 to 7 is going to be equal to 5. So the sequence, the common difference, it's going to be equal to 5, because a2 minus, this is a1, this is a2, and this is a3. a2 minus a1, which is equal to 5. And we know that 2 minus 3 is equal to 5 is going to be. Okay, and we found the first common difference. And for the from the previous page, we know that one an is equal to, general term of a sequence is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 times d, it's going to be. So an is equal to a1, here it is given, it is equal to minus 3 plus n minus 1 times the common difference is 5 is going to be. So an is equal to minus 3 plus 5n minus 5, and an is going to be equal to 5n minus 8 is going to be. And if you substitute the terms a1, a2, a3, you are going to see that we are going to find the same terms, like 5 times 1 minus 3 minus 8, sorry, it's going to be equal to 5 minus 8 is equal to minus 3. 5 times 2, a2 is equal to 5 times 2 minus 8, which is equal to 10 minus 8, 2, and which 5 times 3 minus 8, which is the third term. 5 times 3, 15, minus 8 is equal to 7. As you see, minus 3, 2, and the 7 is the first three terms of the sequence 5 and minus 8, and also we found the general term. Okay, an is an arithmetic sequence. A1 is equal to 4, A8 is equal to 25. Find the common difference. A8, if it is equal to, by using the common difference formula, an is equal to A1 plus n minus 1 times d. If it is like that, A8 is equal to A1 plus 8 minus 1 times d. It's going to be A8 is equal to A1 plus 7d. It's going to be, and we know the A8 and A1 in the equation. If I replace, 25 is equal to 4 plus 7d. It's going to be, and 25 minus 4 is going to be equal to 7d. 21 is equal to 7d. d is equal to 21 over 7. It's going to be, which is minus 3. D is going to be equal to 3, and this is the common difference of the sequence. But in the question also they are asking find the 101st term of the sequence. So a 101 is going to be a 1 plus 100 times d, which is n minus 1. 100 minus 1 is equal to 100, and it's going to be equal to 4 plus 100 times 3, which is equal to 4 plus 300, and that's equal to 304 is going to be, so 101 is going to be equal to 304. First we found common difference, and we found the 101st term of the sequence. Okay, A1 is equal to 3, common difference is 4. The A59 is a term of sequence or not. We are going to check that one. If A1 is equal to 3, then the common difference is 4, and the D is equal to 4. It means that AN is going to be equal to A1 plus n minus 1, n minus 1 times D. And if I apply the formula, AN is equal to A1 4 plus n minus 1 times 3. A1 is equal to 3. The common difference is 4. A1 is equal to 3 plus n minus 1 times 4 is going to be AN is equal to 3 plus 4n minus 4, and AN is equal to 4n minus 1 is going to be. Now I found the general term of a sequence, and if you remember from the previous lesson, we said we found the is 59, is 17, is 25 the term of the sequence or not. We found by using this formula, general term, and we said that which term of the sequence is equal to 59. So AN is equal to 59, and which means 4n minus 1 is equal to 59, 4n is equal to 60, n is going to be 60 over 4, which is equal to n is equal to 15. So A15 is equal to 59. Is 59 of a term of a sequence? Yes, it is the 15th term of a sequence. It's going to be. Find the number of terms in the arithmetic sequence, it says here, and we are going to find that this is the first term, this is the second term, and this is the third term. You know that one, and this is the nth term, and it is the nth term is going to be an. So an is going to be equal to A1 plus n minus 1 times d. So A1 is equal to, I know that it is 1, but let me write with the formula, A1 plus n minus 1 times d. And here an, the 91 is equal to A1 is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 times d. D is the common difference, And how I'm going to find the common difference? A2 minus A1 gives us the D, and 4 minus 1 is equal to D, so 3 is equal to D. And I'm going to write instead of D 3 here, and I'm going to find 91 is equal to 1 plus 3 and minus 3. 91 is equal to 3 and minus 2, and if you get to this side, 91 plus 2 is equal to 3, and 93 is equal to 3, and 93 over 3 is equal to n is going to be, which is 93 over 3 is going to be equal to 31. N is equal to 31 it is going to be. So the number of the terms in the number of terms is going to be 31. Number of terms of a finite sequence also we can find by using the formula an minus a1 over d plus 1. And if you remember the previous example, the first term was 1, the second term 4. If you remember this question, 4, and the last one is 91, and the answer is 91 minus 1 over the common difference is 3 plus 1 is going to be, and it's going to be equal to, yes, the common difference is 3. I checked the common difference, so 91 minus 1 is equal to 90 over 3 plus 1, which is equal to 30 plus 1, and that's equal to 31 it's going to be. So I applied the formula for the previous question, and I found that that's true. And here it says that how many two-digit numbers are divisible by 5. It says that, and we know that the smallest two-digit number divisible by 5, 10, the second one is 15, then the second and the third one is 20, and it continues like this till 95. We know that one. And the 100 is three-digit number, that's why it cannot be, or 5 is one-digit number and it cannot be. So we are looking for all two-digit numbers, and these are divisible by 5. We know that one also, and since they are divisible by 5, the common difference between them, it should be equal to 5. And this is the last term, an, and this is the first term is a1, and the number of terms here, an minus a1 over d, n is equal to plus 1, it's going to be, and n is equal to an is the 95, a1 is equal to 10, and the common difference is 5 plus 1 is going to be, and n is equal to 85 over 5 plus 1. If it is 80, it's going to be 16, so 85 17 plus 1, and is going to be equal to 18.